think it's official. I am enjoying NCIS Origins. Episode 4 was very good. We got to know Mary Jo more, Gibbs got to process some more, Frank's is still extra but less annoying to me, and I've got some more questions about some things that came up in the episode. Again, this week's episode did a good job of using the crime that was happening in the episode to give the audience more insight into the characters. First of all, the blue folder. What is happening with the blue folder? My theory is that Frank's is continuing to do some investigating into what happened to Shannon and Kelly. There's some research on the NCIS wiki. Turns out the guy who killed Shannon and Kelly was killed by Gibbs in 1991. We're gonna cover Gibbs killing this guy in the show. I mean, surely, right? Or he's just researching something completely different that has nothing to do with anything. Mary Jo is awesome. She's fun and she's witty. Seems like she's had some real stuff go down in her life. Also, the fact that she stabbed the dude, like, that was awesome. Although, where did she go when Gibbs was fighting the dude? I also just want to say it's really fun to have Mike Franks in a good relationship. He clearly loves and cares for Tish and will sort of take her advice. It's just nice to see him in a healthy relationship. It feels like the team is getting more team-like. I really like that they're looking out for each other, and especially for Gibbs during this episode. I'm happy with the level of care that people were giving to Gibbs. No one was like, do better, Gibbs. Make a comeback, Gibbs. Nothing like that. I think people were sensitive to the situation and wanted to make sure Gibbs was doing okay. Also, my theory is that Lala just checked in on Gibbs because she wanted to and not because Franks told her. Again, because they're besties. Best friends. Not love interests. He doesn't need a love interest right now. He just needs a best friend. Okay, there's my rant for not having Gibbs and Lala together. Randy, fun as always. I love Gary. Gary is perfect. I love that Frank loves Gary. Gary is 10 out of 10. Also, I really like the relationship between Mary Jo and Franks. I was like, are they trying to ship them? But then I remembered that Franks is already in a good and healthy relationship and we don't want to take him away from that. I also don't think they were setting him up to be in like a romantic relationship. I think they just have each other's backs and they really seem like they care about each other. I am glad that we are getting some clear emotional processing from Gibbs. I like that the story is taking its time and letting Gibbs process and grieve. It's not like an immediate thing. And based on the original series, we know that Gibbs never fully heals, and really it's not expected that he does. Again, I think the story is doing a good job to touch on the healing process and the team building. I mentioned this after watching the first couple of episodes, but it makes me less frustrated that Gibbs was like thrown out into the field. I feel like after this episode, I'm more supportive of Gibbs going back to work so soon because his team feels like they're coming together more and supporting each other, even though it's not totally perfect, which is just realistic, you know? In conclusion, I enjoyed this episode and I'm looking forward to more episodes. I'm liking the characters more and more. I'm liking this version of the characters more and more as well. And I think I'm a fan of this TV show. Let me know what you thought of this episode, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.